I've always been told that when you glaze fire a little jar, in this case a fermenting crock, you need to fire it with the lid on, because otherwise you risk it will warp and they won't fit. But is that really the truth? This weekend I went to a workshop with one of Denmark's most experienced potters, Arne Wirtz. And I saw that he's doing a lot of little jars, and I noticed that he had the gallery glazed. And I was like, how do you do that? Are you not supposed to fire the lid on the pot and then it will glue together? And he said, no. Why? I was like, why? I mean, because everybody told me. And I told other people you have to do it as well. And but then he said, no, you don't have to. He always fires the lid separate of the pot, and it turns out great. So now I'm going to challenge myself and do the same thing as Arne is doing, always doing. I'm going to glaze these pots on the inside, and I already glazed these lids. I didn't glaze them at the bottom here because, of course, they need to be sitting like this on the shelf. But the good thing about this is that I'm going to get the groove glazed, and because I'm going to have water in this fermenting crock, it's nice that it's glazed. And because it's only very little that is not glazed here, it's going to be covered in that groove. So it's going to look glazed all over. I'm looking forward to see how that goes. The pots that I made turned out great, not surprisingly. The glaze in the groove, of course, is nice. They didn't look like they warped anything. So now the question is if the lids that have been fired separately and not in the pot or on the pot as is usually recommended, if they will fit. From the first look of it, it looks good. It doesn't look like these lids have warped. They look very even. Of course, it's a matter of details. So let's try and pick up and see if they actually fit the pot. If it's possible to fire them separately. So now comes the big question. Do my lids still fit? They look good. I mean, they didn't look like they warped or anything. And the pot looks nice. So let's see. It's perfect. So my conclusion is, at least in my case, my test, and all the different lidded pots that Wirtz have done, you don't need to fire them together. You can fire them separately. I guess, I don't know what it is, but of course this is stoneware. It may be different with porcelain, I'm not sure. But this at least works. And it's so much nicer because, as you see now, it looks like it's glazed all the way. There's a little bit down here where it's not glazed, but that's going to hide in the gallery. So all of it looks glazed. And also because in this case, with the fermenting crocks, I need to have water in here. And now, of course, it's completely sealed. Even though the clay is vitrified, it's even better now that it's glazed. So I think that was a success. So my experiment was a success. I was challenged by my beliefs of what you can do and what you can't do. It turns out you can, in fact, fire your lids separate from your pots. At least in my case, with the clay that I'm using and the fire schedule I'm using. There could be other variables that I'm not aware of or haven't thought of. Maybe different clay, maybe different fire schedules won't work for you. But at least in this case, it turned out that the myth that you can never fire lids separate from your pot without having them warping differently and not fitting is not true. It did work. So once again, we got challenged. I got challenged. Hopefully you got challenged in what we believe you can do and you can't do. If you like this video, please subscribe, comment, share, and come back again soon. Have a great day.